Hello, I'm Aaron Mikey, and I'm your host for This Is What I Do, a vocational spotlight program hosted by the Rotary Club of Muskegon. Today I'm here with Brianna Garceau, a rad tech working right here in Muskegon. Brianna, thank you so much for being here today. Tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Brianna Garceau, and I work at Trinity Health Muskegon as a radiologic technologist.
So tell us what a radiologic technologist is, because I don't think a lot of people know what that is.
We specialize in the images that are taking of the bones for people who, come in with trauma or broken bones, or even for chest-related issues. Most of the time, if people come in with chest pain, that's an automatic x-ray, and we also do fluoro procedures. So we do needle procedures for lumbar punctures to test for certain illnesses, and we do fluoro procedures where they drink the barium, and we get to look at their esophagus and their stomach and make sure things are flowing properly.
So I said a rad tech, and you said a radiologic tech.
That's just short.
That's an x-ray person, right?
Yeah.
So when I go into the hospital, you're actually taking pictures of me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really amazing.
Using radiation.
What made you choose this career?
I am in love with anatomy. I love anatomy, but I don't like the setting of, or the idea of being a nurse or a doctor.
And where did you go to school?
For high school?
For high school, yeah.
I went to Western Michigan Christian.
And what made you choose this career field? Did you know about it in high school?
Honestly, in high school, I thought it was kind of like a dark place. Like, it would be too dark to work in. But once I got into college, this wasn't my original career. It took 6 years for me to figure out I wanted to do this.
So what do you find most interesting about this career field of being an x-ray technician?
The people, the amount of things that you wouldn't know as a nurse or a doctor that you can see as an x-ray tech, like the bone structure, the different kinds of views you have to get in order to see these certain parts of the bone, and the science behind it that people don't know about unless you're a radiologic technologist.
What's the most challenging part of your job?
Probably the patients that aren't able to help you out, which is a lot of them. So you are moving them a lot yourself. The patient is in a wheelchair or in a gurney, and you have to have somebody help you. You pull them up onto the table. You have to get them from their bed to the table. And you also have to figure out how to do x-rays in certain different ways that aren't normal. For an x-ray, you would have to stand them up against the board for a normal person. But a lot of times we have to do it in their bed. We have to sit them up, turn them around, put them against the board, turn them around again, put a board behind their back. And there's just a lot of different things you have to learn to do.
Safety is a priority for this position,
It is,
I would
yes,
imagine, right?
very
you have
much.
to take great care in making sure the patients are safe.
Especially because you're working in radiation. So you need to know that you're not over-radiating, under-radiating. You want to try and get it perfect the first time so you don't have to radiate them again.
So you work at Trinity Health here locally in Muskegon. You're born and raised here in Muskegon. What made you decide to stay local?
Family. I don't want to leave my family. That's literally the reason.
And you went to college locally as well?
Yes.
And where'd you go?
Baker College.
Awesome. Tell us about the most difficult thing in your career that you've encountered so far.
The amount of fluids I have to see. You don't expect to see a lot of blood or vomit and that kind of thing. And you do see a lot of it. And it can be hard to handle sometimes, but you see a lot of the bodily fluids that you wouldn't think you would see as an x-ray tech.
So in your training at the college, how did they prepare you for everything that you're experiencing?
Our teachers told us plenty of stories, so we were prepared based on the stories that they told us. We did learn how to do an IV, and the Annie, the dummy we worked on, leaked a lot of things. So that was also something that prepared us. I don't think it was supposed to do that, but it worked. But the amount of stories that were told by us and all the traumas that they endured, they all worked at different level traumatic hospitals, and so they were able to tell us all the different stories that they've heard and seen.
Talk to me a little bit about character in your job and what it means to have a strong character and ethics and values.
Well, for your job, you have to be able to handle any situation that comes at you. So, everybody is different. There's going to be people that aren't going to cooperate, and there's going to be people that are very thankful to be there and to be able to get your help. It's really important to have the value of keeping your patient safe, treating your patient how you'd want them or how you'd want to be treated in that same situation, and letting them feel knowing they're safe and secure and that they're not in harm's way.
You decided to stay local. Family is local. Tell me a little bit about giving back to the community and what that means to you.
Helping others is one of my biggest priorities. It's really amazing when you can get somebody back for an x-ray, and even though we're just taking their pictures, they feel like we're also giving them something huge in their diagnosis. They feel like we're on their side, and we're always, even though we're just doing x-rays, we still make sure that they're comfortable. We get them what they need. We are communicative with the nurses and doctors on their team. It's all one big team that they're surrounded by.
What would you tell a potential student who's interested in becoming an x-ray tech? How would they prepare for this career? What are some things that you'd want them to know?
That it's not easy. It will never be easy. It's a very physically demanding job. You're on your feet all day long. You're lifting people, pulling people, pushing people. You're doing lots of physical activity. So if you're up for that, then it's a good career for you. It's also a very rewarding job in the end of the day. You're not super committed to one patient, so you don't have to have that relationship with them that may make it hard to leave them, but you're still an important part of them.
I really value that you decided to stay local. Muskegon is such a wonderful place to live and work and play, and you can do your job here and you take care of our residents through our healthcare system. It's just a really amazing story that you were able to stay local, have a wonderful job, and live close to your family. So thanks for sharing today, Bree.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel this story would be of interest to anyone, please share the link. Until next time, the Rotary Club of Muskegon hopes that you'll do something good for the community.